Hi everyone, welcome to Puddinwood Avenue. My name is Bindi. Welcome to 2023. Oh my goodness. I am off and running this year. I have started my first project for the year, which is a birthday present for my sister, who is turning 50 in March. So I've got plenty of time to finish it. I have got some goals. I don't do New Year's resolutions. Do you do New Year resolutions? I don't, but I've got some goals that I want to do around my crocheting this year. Sorry for banging on the table, bad habit. And I've got them written down in a book. Isn't this beautiful? This is a Christmas present from my lovely friend Jess, and I'm putting it to great use already. So before we get stuck into what my plan for the year is, and hope that you'll join along with me, I would just like to say thank you to my subscribers. I'm hoping to get to 100 probably before I'm a teacher, probably before the end of term 1, which is Easter. And that's only 15, so fingers crossed we can get there. That's my first goal for 2023. But that's not up to me, that's up to you guys. Well, it is up to me because I need to have content, I need to have good content, and I need to be consistent. I haven't done too bad in the last 6 months or so in my YouTube journey, so I'm hoping that if I can stick to my plan, I can do that for you. Have some really good content, be consistent, and show you things that are interesting to you, and also things that you'd like to try and even adapt to your own. So so thank you to all my subscribers that I have already. Very happy that you've decided to join along. So first thing that I would like to do is actually ask you to hit that like button. That's going to increase the algorithm on YouTube and tells YouTube that, wow, people like this, all right, let's put that out and suggest and recommend. And then of course hit the subscribe button if you haven't. I hate asking for that, but it's the only way that I'm going to reach this goal. Okay, so let's get into, that's the boring stuff. Let's get into the fun stuff. Woohoo! Fun stuff. I'm sitting here and I'm feeling a little guilty. So I have started a new project for the year already, which is great. I'm not going to be rushing. It's turning out really well. I don't want to show it yet because it is for my sister's birthday, but it is, I'm using the Shawl and the Ball Opal from Lion brand. Now I've done a shawl before in this and I absolutely hated it, but I bought 2 at the time. I made a shawl with the brownie coloured one for my aunt, and I haven't given it to her because I think it's horrible. And because I sewed my ends in so well, I'd like to frog it, but again, this is fluffy stuff. So I don't know if I can get the end, and I don't know if it'll frog because it's fluffy. So I bought this one with my sister in mind for her birthday, so I'm making her something with this. This is Lion brand Shawl in a Ball. It is called Opal, O-M Opal is the colour. And it's supposed to be a size 4 weight yarn, and that's because it's fluffy, but I'm sorry, that's a very thin 3, maybe a 2. I am using my 5.5mm Furls hook. It does recommend a 6mm, but I don't want it too open and too, yeah. So I've started a project. Have you started anything yet? Now I've started that, and I'm feeling a little guilty because I have other whips. I have a whip. I have 2 whip blankets, a sleeping whip blanket, and one that's in a coma. I'll explain what I mean. So let's open up my little bookie. All right, so my goals for the year. Now, very first thing, I have a very important project to make this year. My beautiful daughter is getting married later on in the year, and I want to make the ring pillow. She said, yes, that's fine. I know the pattern I want to do. but that's my priority. I have to get that one out. So ring pillow for wedding is my first thing I need to make sure I have done, I want to say by the end of July. That's my goal. It's not very big. It is an involved pattern, but it's only going to be that big or so. It should be okay. Mrs. Procrastinate here will try and get that done before the end of July. That's my cutoff date. And I have that written in my diary, so no excuses, right? Okay, the other things that I would like to have done is, so last year I made some preemie beanies for the Miracle Babies Foundation. If you're not sure what that is, just have a look in my playlist. There is a playlist there called Miracle Babies, and it is a tutorial on how to make the beanies for this wonderful Australian charity. So you make little beanies for preemie babies. There's 2 sizes, there's 2 different patterns, and then send them off to the hospital that runs it in. I know, I've changed outfits. So my camera's cut off, and when I went to edit last night to put it up, I discovered I have a section missing. So before I get into the tutorials for today, I need to get in and fill in this little gap. Now, as I was saying, the preemie beanies for Miracle Babies Foundation. So I like to make them, send them off to the hospital that is, I think it's Sydney that is the main hospital, but I definitely know they do it in Brisbane as well, because that's where my last lot of beanies went to. And I know that they do the 2 hospitals in Cairns, a public and private one, and I'm not sure, but I think I might have to get on and see if they do give hats to the Atherton Hospital, which is local to me. So I'm just ticking off what I missed from the video. So the preemie beanies is an important one to me. That's something that I want to do. I also want to make 28 bookmarks by the end of the year, because that's my gift that I give to my class at the end of the year. So 28 little bookmarks, which is really not difficult. So that's something that I can just do out of the blue, or when I'm traveling. They're really good to do because they're really, really fast. And the other thing I'd like to do for the community is to do a few random acts of kindness with the little note and leave them around the town as well. So that's my 3 community goals that I want to do for 2023. And now we'll get into my sleeping whips. So as you can see, I started this for my sister. So that's a work in progress, actually. I have just finished the projects for January, and so that I can start showing you. I've got a finished one to do, and then show you the tutorial on how to make them. And I have blankets coming out my ears. So these are my sleeping whips. So the one that I want to show you first is this one here. This is Yarn Art Flowers alpaca yarn. I shouldn't have to think about it because the tag's right here. That I picked up from Hobium. Hobium is, I think it's also in Denmark, or maybe it's in Turkey. It won't say on here. So it's like comparable to Hobby. It is cheaper though. So this yarn here, I started this. Excuse me. So it is early in the morning because yeah, like I said, I freaked out. I've got to do my editing last night. I went, oh, it's dropped that a little bit out. Anyway, so this is the cake of yarn. So Yarn Art Flowers Alpaca. So it's very fluffy. It's very soft. This color is number 435. Starts from purple and goes to green. And I've already done one cake of that. So this is the Nautilus blanket from Fiber Spider. So go check him out. He's amazing and hilarious, and I love him. So I've done one cake from the purple to the green, and now I'm going to go from the green, from working from the outside, and I'll end up back at the purple. So that's, oh, drop the hook. That's the sleeping yarn for that one. Sleeping whip. One of the blankets that I need to get done. I'd like to get all these done by the end of the year. I've got a big year, I think. The second one that I need to get done is this one here. So Jada in Stitches is another awesome channel on YouTube. Jada is amazing, hilarious, very, very clever, very, very clever. And so this came from 2021. It's her 2021 mile a minute blanket, and so we do a strip a month and join as you go. So this one was January strip, which is the pattern I got from for the bookmarks that I'm making. So I've got January, February, March, April, May, June, July, and I'm about up to about here on August. And this is the bottom of the blanket. And I need to get these done. So I've got August, September, October, November, December, and the border. That's 6 months worth of work to do. Oh my gosh. And I started in 2021. So that is the Jada and Stitches mile a minute blanket that I have started and I need to get done as well. Oh my gosh. And then, yeah, we're cutting back into where my camera dropped out. I'll see you for the tutorial. Welcome to the rest of the video. Bye. Okay, I'm back. Here is my other sleeping. It's very tired. Whip blanket. This is just a pattern that I came up with myself. It's a circle into a square. I am using. Oh, that's interesting. I've got two hooks in there, 4.5 and a 4. Great. That's going to be interesting. Oh, wow, that's going to be interesting. All right, so this is the other one. I started off with a circle. I turned it into a square, and it's just using the Hobby again twister. So it's 50%, 55% cotton, 45% acrylic. I have no excuse. I just stopped doing it. So there's another sleeping whip. I also found a different website to get the twister yarn from. It is called, it's the same place I got the yarn art flowers from, the alpaca one. I actually got that from Hobium Yarns, and it's just called Yarn Art Yarn, the twister. And it's funny because Hobby has now started selling the yarn art flowers as well. But it's way cheaper. It's way cheaper at Hobium than it is at Hobby. And that's not to say I don't love Hobby. Most of my yarn haul, my stash, the cupboard and everything surrounding it is Hobby. I love Hobby, but I've definitely found that this is cheaper at Hobium. So alpaca, Jada, circle square, pink mustard blanket. So they're my 4 sleeping whips. I do pull them out every once in a while, and I'll do a round or a strip when it comes to the 2021 Jada and Stitches blanket. But I have one that's not a sleeping whip. It's in a coma. So this pattern here, I started this. I've made one of these before. This is a hooked on sunshine pattern. It's called Briar Rose. Now it's quite intricate. That's the back, and it's a little squished because it's been sitting in the basket here for 18 months. So I started making this, and I'll take a photo of the progress I've made because the detail in it is worth seeing. It's beautiful. It is definitely a paid pattern. Hooked on Sunshine, they do amazing patterns, really intricate, but it's intricate, but it's not difficult that a beginner can't do it. So like I said, I've actually made a bigger one using acrylic yarn, thick yarn, I think it was a 4 I don't think it was a 5, I think it was a 4 weight yarn. But this time, again, hobby, I'm obsessed. This is one of their Black Friday yarns, and it is very, very fine. There are 4 threads of cotton. Is it cotton?
I didn't get that.
Oh.
Could you try again?
It's okay, thanks Siri. He's very helpful. In here,
I'm not sure I understand.
me either. It's a 2 weight yarn, so it's fine, it's very fine. There's 800 meters in each of these. Recommends a 3.5 to 4 mil crochet hook, and I've been using a 3.5. It is 100% cotton. So it's a cotton cake, and it goes from the cream into the purples, and then it's going to end up in the black. And my reason for, I have a reason that I haven't done this. This is a sleeping one. So I started this, and I was going great guns, and I was taking it with me in my little cow yarn bowl. Cow's got a dirty face. With me, and where I was going on the way, I had a car accident. And my little cow has got, is that an extra crack? No, he's got a crack in him somewhere here. And I just kind of, every time I picked it up, I got a bit sad, a bit upset. And so I've just put it down, and that was 18 months ago. Really? I'm so sorry. So I'm really keen. I really love to get this this done. I do love it, and I think once it's done with the black edging, it's going to look amazing. So this is my in a coma whip. It's really important. Here's a hint for you. If you're ever using this really fine yarn, pop a bead onto it. It keeps the threads together, and it stops it from tangling. This stuff would be, I'm into crocheting tea towels and tea towel toppers at the moment, as you'll see in another video. And this would make an awesome tea towel. Oh, just have more ideas. See, can't hold me back. All right, so that's my my sleeping whips that I need to get done, and my poor baby that's in a coma. Medical intervention will happen shortly. Okay, so that's my let's get my whips done for the year. As I said, I am into tea towels and tea towel toppers at the moment. I've got for January, I want to do a project a week, which will be a something to do with the home or the kitchen. So a hand towel, a tea towel topper, a dishcloth, and a scrubby. I'm just waiting for my scrubby yarn to come. So I've made them in one lot of colours, and to show you, and then I'll do the tutorial with you at the end. Something else I'd like to do is get more into my Centra, my Addy machine. There's just been some odd videos on YouTube popping up, and this is how to make this on an Addy machine. Wow. This is how to make this on an Addy machine. Wow. I watched one yesterday afternoon. I nearly went and got my Addy machine and some yarn and started, and I thought, oh, I've got all this yet. So, but that's on my goals. I want to make, I want to do a good job and get some beanies done, and maybe some matching scarves. But there's a toy pattern that I want to get done. Like, oh my gosh, I want to try that. And another goal for 2023 is, my darling husband is a Cheech and Chong fan. Anyone of his generation, pretty much anyone of our generation, shouldn't say that, he's only a couple of years older than me, it knows who Cheech and Chong are. And I can't remember the lady's name. I've got the pattern over there. I've started one of his arms, but it's the guy out of, it's Cheech from Cheech and Chong, out of, I don't know, Up in Smoke maybe the movie is. And it's where he's dressed up in the pink tutu, and he da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. That's a bit of a family joke in our place. And somebody came out with the pattern for him. So I bought the pattern off the lady, told her I'd show her when I'm finished. David actually said to me, are you going to make my little guy, Alice, Alice Bowie, I think Cheech's character is called when he's dressed up in this thing. So I need to get that done for Mr. David. He doesn't ask me for anything crochet wise, so he's asked me for this. I need to get it done. Some of the other things that I'd like to get done is make some loveys for the markets, beanies, scarves and shawls for the markets, baby clothes. Seriously, Crystal from Bag O Day has amazing patterns when it comes to little kids' clothes. I have no reason to have them at the moment. I've got somebody's having a baby this month. Hi, Tanya. And I've got a couple of little ones around for friends. My kids don't have kids. I'm not ready. They haven't come up with a cool grandma name for me, so they're not allowed to have kids yet. But they're so cute, and I really want to make some. And if I take them to the markets, I know they'll sell. And also a few more of the Ring Around of Rosie vests that I've been making the last couple of months. So they're my main goals for 2023. I have almost 12 months. I've got 10 months worth of ideas for our monthly themes. Excuse me. Like I said, January, we're doing homewares. So, like I said, tea towel, hand towel, dishcloth. February, of course, is Valentine's and hearts, and we're going to make some buntings and some squares and all that sort of stuff. March, Easter and St. Patrick's Day. Depends on when Easter falls. I haven't looked. April, Easter, or definitely Anzac Day. Again, Easter depends on whether it falls in March or April this year. But definitely Anzac Day. I've got an Anzac poppy square, granny square, that I'm going to show you how to do. I'm going to show you how to make poppies for badges, and also we might make a wreath together. May is Mother's Day, and it's also my birthday, so I've got some ideas for that. So I've got ideas for everything except for August and November. And I thought, if I'm going to do that, we could make a blanket. So I've come up with a plan, a drawing. So you probably can't see that, but that's okay. This is from, do you like the dotty paper? If you can see it. It's from my hobby book. Oh, something's on the roof. Notebook that we got at Christmas time. In one of the, I think it was box number 4 in the hobby advent calendar boxes. And so I've picked out 10, because I've got nothing for August and nothing for November. Granny square designs, intermittent with just a plain granny square. And so it'll be 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it'll be a 5 by 5 little, probably a lap blanket. I'm hoping that I can get myself organised. I have, so the first one is a granny square, and then the next one is a granny square with a house in the middle of it to go along with our housewares design. So I need to get that happening as well. So I've got 5 projects to show you this month. We'll see how that goes. Plus my getting this done, plus working on these, and having a go at making a toy with my Centro machine. Well, actually, I've got an Addy machine now. It's still in its box. I haven't even had a go, so that's what I want to do. And of course, the other thing I want to do for the channel for you guys is continue with my sample stitch swatches. So it's going to be a big year. I'm really excited. I've decided too that I'm going to get back into doing some of my photography. So I've got my camera out again. I have some baby ducklings that were born yesterday. So I'm going to go down to the duck house, and I'm going to collect them and bring them up here, put them under heat, because for some reason my boy ducks are killing the babies. I'm not sure why, and it's too sad. I can't do that. So I'm going to go down and grab. There's definitely 2 there. I've got 7 adult ducks. I've got 2 juveniles that are both girls. Out of those 7, I've got 2 are boys and the other 5 are girls. and I've got 4 girls sitting on eggs down there at the moment, plus I've got the incubator. Wow. I think we're going to be overrun with ducks, but that's okay. They come from really good stock. They're really well looked after, and I sell them off to really good homes. So, but having them in here with us, and running around for the first week or so of their life is just gorgeous. So, we're out in the garden before we go back to school. I've got, if it stops raining, I've got blisters on my hands from raking and hoeing and throwing mulch around, but it's all fun and games. So that's my plan for 2022. No, for 2023. Wow, it's going to get hard to get used to that, isn't it? And I hope that you'll join me for the ride. Thank you for joining me today. Hit that like button on your way out, and the subscribe button too, that'd be great. Notification bell will let you know when I put videos up. I'm hoping to do at least 2 a week. I've yet to work out my schedule on what that will be, and probably won't happen directly until we do go back to school and I see what my schedule for school is like. But definitely going to have 2 a week. Fingers crossed a couple more as well. So you'll have the theme for the month, so 1 a week of those. Hopefully a square of the month. Yep, square of the month video, which I probably will do first week of each month. Would have to work, wouldn't it? And then you'd have a month to work on that, working things out as I go. And then my whips and finished objects. So that should be 2 a week, and plus an extra 1 a month, plus whatever floats my boat. So I'm hoping that you'll join along for the ride, and happy 2023. And thank you for joining me today. And I'll catch you next time. Bye.